Okay guys, so in this video we are going to test out a few different types of infills, color fills, paint fills, whatever you want to call it, for your engravings, whether they are laser engraved like mine are, or if you have a CNC router, or if you do it all by hand, whichever, you're going to find some really cool stuff here. And let's just go over what we're going to fill with today. We're actually going to do some melted crayon using a really fun torch that's behind me. You can see right here. We're literally going to just torch the crayon. It's going to be fun. Anyways, moving on. Also, glitter glue. I don't know if you've tried it before, but it's really cool as long as you have a decent size engraving. It's not great for like high res stuff with a lot of little detail. Also, I just opened a new pack of paint pens. We're going to fill with paint pens as well. In that same line of stuff, we're actually going to fill some of the engravings with a SHARPIE. And then, for those of you that haven't seen my other videos, so you don't have to just jump and go watch those now, we're going to do a standard paint fill, and we're going to do an epoxy resin mix with this purple glittery powder. And then, finally, we're going to do some handmade wood dye that I did here. And this is a really pretty glue, so we're going to use it also. That gives us 7 different types of engraving fills. So that's what we're going to be doing, and now we're just going to jump right in to the video segment of me doing the actual fills. The first thing we want to do after we've got our engravings is we're going to prep the wood. Now these are laser engraved, and that means that there's going to be a little bit of residue around the outside, so I'm actually going to take it on my belt sander and just touch it lightly to smooth it down and get rid of a lot of this raised up grain that's on here. After we do this, we're going to go ahead and condition the wood, and I call it treating the wood to prepare it. Spray on some lacquer or something to close down the pores to help prevent some of the bleed through that's going to happen from some of the thinner types of fills. To start, we're going to go ahead and use just this green SHARPIE, and basically I'm just going to get in here and scribble it out. Follow the edges. Alright, it's colored, and you can see here we have some bleed through in the grain because of the way the SHARPIE works. Now we're going to see if that cleans up. When we're finished, we're going to sand it. So that's the SHARPIE. Next up is the glitter glue. Now what we're going to do with this is we're going to gently and stay inside the lines, almost like it's a crayon, and slowly squeeze it out into the engraving. Mash it down so that it spreads inside that engraving, and then I'm just going to take it off just like so. Then we've got, okay, for the third up we're going to do this oil-based paint pen with a medium tip. This is basically like a SHARPIE, only different, because this is actual paint inside here. Now remember, for things like this, multiple coats would be best for the best effect. Okay, now that's done. Can you go ahead and zoom in on that, buddy?
It's already all the way zoomed in.
Okay, good. Is it focused where they can see the...
100%.
Okay, good deal. So, that'll be the third that we're doing for today. This time we're going to do some melted crayon. A little bit of swirly.
Actually, kind of smells nice.
Well, it smells like wax because it is. Okay, so we're gonna let that. We're gonna let that set overnight for sure. Okay, so this time we're gonna use this blue dye. Of all the different fills, wood dye is going to be the one that chases all of the grain all the way out. It's going to be the worst for bleeding into your grain. It's doable, just know that your grain is going to have some bleed through. Also, since this is an actual dye, it'll take multiple coats to get the job done. So this doesn't even look hardly blue right now, but it will. For the sixth type of filling, we're just going to use this thick body water-based acrylic. It's really good. You can see how thick it is here, and we're just going to put it straight into the engraving like so. Literally just put it in and wiggle it around. Because I'm applying with a 4-inch Q-tip basically. These are actual medical grade Q-tips, but I want a nice thick paint layered in the bottom of this. Make sure that every corner is filled. And now we are good to go for that. We'll let it set overnight as well. For the seventh and final filling today, I'm actually going to use some of this pigment that I normally use in my 2-part epoxy, and I'm going to use some water-based polyacrylic finish. We're just literally going to sprinkle it over top here. Oh, that's way too much. Cool thing is we can dump it right back inside. And we'll run this over the top edge here to scrape off the additional. And then in with the polyacrylic. We're just going to drip it right out on top. Now, I'll take this and scrape it and show you what it looks like after that. Are we still on the same spot?
Yep.
Boom.